Somebody, it's watching, and let's do the review for episode 2 of Marvel's What If on Disney Plus. I actually did prefer it to the first episode, but I'll explain the reasons why right now. And it's also a spoiler review, so if you've not seen episode 2, I advise watching it before you watch this review, because last week we didn't really talk about spoilers, but this week we definitely will be. So we'll start off with the story for the episode. So for this episode, for this what if scenario, it was about T'Challa, Black Panther, being Star-Lord. So he was never Black Panther, he was Star-Lord. So Chris Pratt's character, Peter Quill, was never Star-Lord, but he was in the episode. I thought that was great to see him. But as far as the story's concerned, I think I did prefer it to the story than the last episode, but it was a very simple story. It was about just retrieving an item, really. So the story wasn't anything that spectacular. I think the characters were definitely my favourite part of this episode. Was definitely the standout for me. But I thought as the story was concerned, it was quite a good story. But now we move on to the characters. So I've got a lot to mention about the characters. We'll just get started with it. So I thought it was great to see Thanos as a hero for a change, not being a villain. I just really enjoyed that different take on Thanos, and I thought that Josh Brolin did a very good job at doing his character as a hero, not a villain. I also thought that it was quite interesting to see Nebula with blonde hair. It felt a lot more like a comic appearance, which was pretty cool to see. I also like Cosmo the dog as well. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, but we didn't really get to see a whole lot of him. We got to see a bit more of him here. I really like the Collector as well. I thought he was... I preferred him in this episode than in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought it was quite a fun character. And it was also great to see Drax as well as a cameo. I wasn't expecting to see him, and it was quite funny to see him behind the bar. But there was one other really cool thing about it. His wife and daughter were alive. That was great. That was great to hear. There is a problem though. The other Guardians of the Galaxy, such as being Rocket, Gamora, and Groot, it would have been nice if they appeared in the episode, had a cameo. But I can understand why they aren't. The first reason is because they would have had to have figured out a way for them to be integrated into the story. And the second thing is it would have cost a lot, would have cost more money, because you would have had to pay for more actors to do voices just for about a minute. So it's not really worth it, to be honest. It was also great to see Howard the Duck as well. He had quite a bit of screen time in this, and he was quite funny in the episode. The Black Order, you got to see a lot more screen time with them. You just got to see in this episode there was a lot of characters that you got to see a lot more screen time in this. It was also great to see T'Challa as Star-Lord. I think that Chadwick Boseman, the late great Chadwick Boseman, did a brilliant job at playing him. I think it's the best voice actor we've seen so far from Marvel's What If. It was also great to see Ego as well. Even though he was hardly in it, he probably didn't even need to be in it, to be honest. I'm not sure who voiced Peter Quill. I'm not sure if it was Chris Pratt. I'm not sure if it would have been worth just getting him for it, because really it was just he only had like three words or something. I can't remember what he actually said, but he didn't say a whole lot. So I'm not sure if it was Chris Pratt or not. It probably was, but if it is, I don't know why they really had to get him just for a few lines. They probably could have got somebody else who sounded like him. But if it is him, it is pretty cool to see him in this, even though he wasn't in it for very long. As far as the action's concerned, I thought that was just as great as it was in the first episode. I think the first episode I might prefer the action a little bit more, but here I still thought it was great, and they were enjoyable scenes when the action did come on. So for the humour, I felt like the first episode, the humour was forced. Here, I felt like it still felt a bit like that. Not as much. I still did think it gave a lot more laughs out of me. I also really liked the animation as well, like I did for the first episode. But I think in this episode, I got used to it. So, yeah, it was a bit jarring at first, but in this episode, I got used to it right away. And that's really all I'm going to say for this episode 2. Overall, it was better. It still had its flaws, and I would rate the episode an 8 out of 10. And that's really all I'm going to say for this episode. Very, very good. Great, I think. And I'm looking forward to seeing where the rest of the series goes. And thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Tell me in the comment section below whether you preferred the first one and whether you're looking forward to the rest of the series of What If. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, Wakanda forever, and ciao.